The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Bermuda's Feel Good Early Morning Show. Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Ayana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert, and we want to thank you for getting up early with us on this Tuesday morning. Jackie, how are you feeling? It's Taco Tuesday.
Yes, and I wasn't gonna do anything, but I'm just like, you know what? I might actually make some tacos. I got some fish the other day from my fisherman friend, and I'm ready to. Well, I actually fried up some yesterday. It was nice.
So you have so fried fish taco Tuesday. Cute, got it. Bang, I love alliteration. So we'll make it work. Good morning to you, Kathy Rogers. Thank you for joining us. As you can see, Jackie and I are always ready to bring you some feel good vibes this morning, and 9 times out of 10, we'll always end up talking about food in some way, shape, or form. If you haven't already, please make sure you take a minute to share this episode wherever you are watching, because for our feel good topic of the day, Jackie and I are going to be discussing some tips to help you reduce any stress you're feeling during the holiday season. And that's a conversation you don't want to miss if you're like Jackie and somewhat of a last minute planner when it comes to the holidays. Don't worry, Jackie and I got you covered. Well, Jackie's going to share her experience and I'll show you tips on how to get you covered. I thought about that. I was like, wait. I don't know. Later on in the show, you can test your knowledge against Jackie for our feel good vibe of the day, which is trivia time with Terry. But to get you warmed up for today's show, we have a question that we want to ask you because there has been this viral video series. I'm actually pretty late to the party around self-defense. So Jackie and I wanted to ask y'all, would you ever take self-defense classes? Now, in this viral video, it looks like a police officer. He is like sharing how to, de-arm someone or what to do in different situations. However, when the student goes to do the move or whatever, he usually ends up in heaven because he skipped training. So the premise of the series is to never skip your training when it comes to the self-defense classes. So Jack and I wanted to know, would y'all ever take classes to learn self-defense? Jack, have you ever done it, first of all?
No, I mean, I grew up doing karate and stuff. That's about it. So I was 10, 9. Yeah. But no. I mean, I'll do it. Just, I don't know if watching his videos don't put confidence like in him. I don't know. I think it's the videos, the replies, the add-ons where they go and try it and bing. They're in heaven. Such a good video. Gotta find it so we can share it.
Absolutely. And so Karen Simmons said she would take it. So is there a specific type of self-defense class that you would take? Because there's many, right? There's not just one. I mean, there is, I guess you could say, a catch-all, but like I feel like there's different I don't know the best term to use for it, but there's different categories, I would say. So you said you took karate. You don't do karate still, right?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah.
I do crazy. Never. Your parents never did that to you?
I don't remember.
Karate, but I know crazy. It's from a movie.
I've seen it. I think I have seen it. I can't remember which movie it is, but I have seen it. But no, so like because I know karate could be technically a form of self-defense, and so there's other forms like I want to say jujitsu, maybe,
and pepper spray.
I feel like for women that's definitely a go-to, like make sure you have pepper spray in your bag, or make sure you have mace, which I guess is technically the same thing. I've wanted to do a gun range. That's not self-defense, but I've wanted to go shooting at a gun range. I never did because I am scared of guns. Like I am personally scared of the tool.
I'm actually a very good shot, believe it or not. I used to play Call of Duty a lot, so went on a group trip to Vegas, and everybody was just like, "Ooh, let's go gun range," and I was like, "Okay." And then I ran up, and they put the target up, and I used the assault rifle, and I controlled that, and then I used the regular handgun and got that too. And the guy was just like, "You done this before?" And I'm like, "No."
That is so interesting. Like I've been to a gun range, but I never picked up a weapon to practice my skills. But they definitely said that it was they encouraged women to at least learn how to use the gun. Obviously, you don't have to have a gun if you don't want it as your form of self-defense. But it was definitely interesting just how many of the guys were like encouraging us women to, take it up as a skill set to have, because I was like,
I'm not a fan of guns. I'm really not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just history. You see them. The people make a mistake. The children get to them. It's just something that I just don't feel comfortable having around. But I would like to learn how to break down a gun. Like you see where they're able to break it down, put it back together. That's something skill set I'd like to learn.
And even going back to the video clip, because the police officer, like in one of the, I guess in both of them, there was a gun as part of like the scenario, and like he was able to like get the person, like get the gun away from himself so that he wouldn't accidentally get shot or whatever the case may be. And I just think that in and of itself is enough for me to feel really confident in my abilities to defend myself, because if I can just get the gun away from me, I feel like we stand a chance at that point. I mean, if it's a male and a female, we can definitely go toe to toe if we need to, but I feel like that's probably the best thing, because I feel like the person that, if you get their gun away from them, they're probably losing their confidence. Like, oh crap, like
that's all I had.
That's all I had. Like I did take these self-defense classes, so now I'm looking like a whole fool because the girl done knocked the gun out of my hand. I want to take up a martial art. That would be fun to take up. I don't know. Do they have adult classes here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're actually it's, I know what's it called? Brazilian. I can't remember. It's like a Brazilian type of karate. I am horrible with this. I think so. They're actually looking for more females to join their team. My cousin goes, so I'm like, oh, how is it? Like, do women go? They're just like, there's not a lot of women, but they are looking for more sparring partners because the body mass ratio and all that stuff. So I thought about it. I was just like, but
for already busy schedules, we'll figure it out.
I'm sitting there. I'm just like, we got pool. We have Pilates.
We have a lot. Tennis.
We have so much going on. I just don't know how we're gonna get it all in. What's next? Gymnastics. Oh wait, Terry, don't do it.
Don't do what?
We're not doing gymnastics.
Oh, I was really thinking. Well, I'm trying to learn. So I
want to do a backflip.
But that's it. That would be dope. That would be dope. So it looks like Charles is encouraging us to do jiu-jitsu. I feel like that's definitely I think that's like, for me, when I think about the self-defense martial arts, I feel like jiu-jitsu comes up often as like the one, whereas karate, I don't personally, I took karate as you did younger, but then I stopped. I didn't carry it through. Why?
I only stopped.
I don't know.
I know exactly why I stopped.
I
was doing football, field hockey, cross country, swimming, tennis, ballet, tap, jazz, modern. Did I say gymnastics? Because I was still doing gymnastics, and karate, and it was something else I was doing.
I mean, I know we didn't have much going on back in the day.
Violin and any type of, like I was in the orchestra.
Ma'am, I mean, I know we didn't have much going on back in the day, but that's like 12 activities you just named them.
And I still find time to go play in the neighborhood. So my dad was just like, all right, so we need to pull back activities, choose one. I was like, tennis and cross country. And he was just like, No, I said tennis, cross country, and football. And he's just like, one, I was like tennis and cross country. And I argued that at least they complement each other. Whereas football, I could get injured and it'll take me out. Whereas running is like,
I mean, you could technically get injured in running, but yes, I get your point. Someone else wouldn't injure you.
Right, exactly. And then I'm not in a fight.
It's like, wait, you can absolutely get injured while running. I got injured the other day, and I don't know how y'all athletes do it. I'm gonna just tell you that. I'm upset that I can't move like I want to move to do some of the things that I want to do.
Wait, you injured yourself? Sorry.
Yes, I did. And I
am
not healthy. Oh, sure, I guess. So yes, pole dancing, I injured myself. I pulled a muscle in my leg, and I don't know. It feels like it's better now, but I'm gonna, on the recommendation of a friend, I'm going to go to the physiotherapist and confirm that I can possibly go back this week. We'll see.
Which muscle?
I don't know. It was in my leg, and it hurts really bad. Well, it hurt really bad. It doesn't hurt that badly now.
Front or back, higher, upper or lower?
Back, upper to like my knee.
Sounds like it's part of your hamstring. Have fun with that.
I am. And on that note, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so today Jacky and I were talking about self-defense classes. If you haven't already done so, Jacky and I would love some recommendations on that. I don't know if Jacky and I are going to be able to do it, but it'd be nice to know what's out there on the island, because I do think that outside of martial arts, there should be some other things that we can do to defend ourselves on the island. And if there is anyone that does a program like that, let us know, because we would love to have them on to maybe talk about it a little bit more and find out what options we have and what we can do to better protect ourselves. Because just because we don't have, I guess, situations like in the US, it's still good to know how to protect yourself in case you do go to a place where you need to use that the skill set. So yes, thank you. Jacky and I are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with our feel-good topic of the day, which is how to reduce stress during these holiday times. So make sure you do not go anywhere.
Looking for that fine dining experience? Then Aliana's is the place for you. And it's lobster season in Bermuda. So ladies, get your girls together for a ladies' night out. Book a table of 4 and each of you will get a 10% discount on your half or whole lobster main course. Starters not included. This lobster special is on until Saturday, December 18th. Serving dinner from 6 p.m. Thursday through Sundays. And of course, we have all your favorites, complemented with our specialty drinks and wine list, followed by our scrumptious homemade desserts. Aliana's Fine Dining Restaurant, 106 Southside St. David's. Phone 777-0555 for reservations. For their special occasions, there's Aliana's.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pete's House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert. And if you're just joining us, we are getting ready to transition to our feel-good topic of the day. We are talking about the holidays and how to reduce stress during the holidays. And so the very first question we want to ask y'all this morning is, do you find yourself stressed leading up to the holidays? Jacky, I know you're a last minute type of girl. You like the last minute thrill. Do you find yourself stressed because of that? Or do you just find yourself stressed leading up to the holidays in general?
Not so much for like being prepared and getting gifts, but like my social calendar gets overwhelmed so quickly, and I'm still trying to make everybody happy as well as get myself in order. So like, for example, I have birthday, like there's so much happening, and I still have to like stop off and drop stuff to people to be like, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, happy birthday. Like, everybody wants to pull at you and wants you around.
So I don't know if it's just me, Jack, but do you hear like something with your mic?
No,
it sounds robotic. I don't know if it's just me. If anyone in the audience can let me know if they heard as well. I just want to confirm if it could be me.
Let me see if I can switch off of that one.
Okay. While you're doing that, I am going to share this comment from Janae. She says, oops, no stress at all. I would shop Christmas Eve and still be cool. Sis, I don't understand how you're able to have that level of no stress vibes. Like, teach me your ways. Let us know in the comments how you're able to keep the stress done at a minimum, because I personally struggle with that. So I don't know. Janae, you're gonna have to give us some tips on that. So Jack, I don't know if you were able to switch it back over to your
I think so.
AirPods. Okay, perfect. Yes, it is back. Great. I was like, what gremlin got into Jacka's machine this morning, making her sound like one of
Can you
those
bring up Janae's
trolls?
comment again? I
Sure.
missed it.
So no stress at all, she says. So we were talking about, leading up to the holiday. She said, like you, she would shop on Christmas Eve and still be cool. So
Yeah, the gifts, getting gifts for people is never the issue because I'm like, everybody will always be happy with wine or a gift certificate or little things. Like I know everybody's little things that they like to have around the house. So, getting that re-upped or whatever. But it's more so the social calendar, like trying to make time for this birthday dinner, this Christmas lunch. It's just like trying to be everywhere at once. That's where I'm just like, I need a pause. I need a break. I need to have intermissions. That's what I've learned this year. Whereas I will have like a family lunch and then I have to go to a friend's dinner or something like that. I will deliberately leave something, one of the two, and give myself an hour in between before I have to move on to the next event. So I could like decompress, cleanse the energies, and then come back in fresh versus just being like running in and be like, it's been a day, guys. It's just like, all right, so yeah, today's been busy, but we're making do. It's a little calmer, right?
That is a great tip because the intermissions definitely sound like something that people need because, like you said, we find ourselves going from thing to thing to thing. And because we are stressed trying to get to these different events, we can kind of bring that energy into the space. And those people didn't. Maybe that's the only thing those people had scheduled for that day. So they're like, why are you so stressed? So I think it's a really good tip. I actually like that tip. I'm taking that pro tip. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Kathy Rogers says, no stress here. She keeps it simple. Shout out to you for keeping it simple. You have to let us know how you keep it simple in the comments, Kathy, because Jackie and I need the keys and the audience probably need the keys as well. And then Karen Simmons says, no stress because I focus on what I can do and be diligent about what is the reason. So speaking of that, because Jackie, you mentioned how you are able to get like the multiple gifts for the different people and then drop them off. So what's your biggest tip for finding gifts or getting gift ideas for people? Like, how do you kind of figure out the best gift to get for people? Or do you like do a mass purchase and just like and give them out to people?
No, I like to. Well, most people that I buy gifts for the I'm close with, so siblings, cousins, parents, best friends. I know what they like. So as I go throughout my day, typically I'm that person that thinks about everybody else. I'm like, oh, so-and-so would like this. And I'm just like, hold for Christmas. Oh, so-and-so, hold for Christmas. So like, for example, my dad teaches all day. He needs things. So I'll get him like Voltron. I don't know if anybody knows what Voltron is, but it's kind of like Tiger Balm or Icy Hot without the actual like the burning sensation.
Okay.
So it's good for inflammation and joint relief, like pressure release and for your joints and stuff. Just a typical ill person thing. I use it too.
I was about to say I need some.
I use it now. So if I know he's running low, then I'll try and get some for him, and I'll make like personalized like gift bags for people. Small things, nothing amazing. Like if I know my sister needs new earrings or accessories, then I'll help her with her accessories. My niece, she's getting older, so new little basic clothes, like little simple things. I don't go crazy. Everybody always could use a nice pair of white Vans or something like that. So I slip that in there.
I love it. I need to get like you guys. So it looks like Janae says, in my mind, I've already planned out what I want to get for everyone and also backup gifts in case the first choice isn't available. And I leave the food prep to everyone else.
Cooking is the least stressful part of this whole ordeal. Like we have it because we host, right? So we have it all under wraps. Everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to bring. We all know what the menu is going to be. We all know how the table is going to be set up, where people are going to sit. So that is never an issue. We play music, we talk, and we set everything up. And then, my mom wakes up at some hour to start cooking, and I hear her, and I get up and I go upstairs and I do whatever needs to be done to help her out. And that's simple. That's the easiest part.
The cooking is the easiest part.
Yes.
And whereas
Oh,
most
you've
people in
been
our
doing
household
it
are
for
like,
so long.
most people in our
No,
household are like, the cooking is the worst.
it's the grocery shopping that's the worst.
Okay, yes. Well, so I want to come to this tip because like from the article, well, so let's rewind. So we found this article on Mayo Clinic where they talked about the top tips to reduce stress during the holiday season. So we pulled our top 3 from that article. And so I wanted to bring in this first one just off of the back of what Janae just said. And the top tip was to plan ahead. And even just listening to Jackie's story around how her family kind of already knows what things need to take place for the actual dinner part of the event. Like the planning ahead definitely feels like the best thing that you can do. But I want to know, like, how early do most of us plan for the holidays? Like when it comes to, well, besides Jackie and Janae, because y'all are Christmas Eve folk shoppers, but you probably plan ahead as far as like, okay, how soon do you start looking for gift ideas to pin for Christmas? So like you just say like you like hold for Christmas. So like how early do you notice when some of these ideas come up? And audience, let us know how early you start planning your holiday events, trips, etc.
Well, as I said the other day, I can't do it too early because then I get excited and give people the gifts. So for example, I went to an establishment and I enjoyed the experience, and I was just like, oh, this will be a great, like, you know, gift idea as a gift certificate, put a little money on the card and they can go and splurge however they feel like spending their money because you know, it's theirs now. And I was just like, oh, you know, I'll do that closer to versus right now, because like I said, I'm gonna get excited and be like, I know Christmas is in 2 weeks, but like here. And it just spoils it. Like it's exciting, but it's not as exciting. But most times I'm a fast shopper. Like I said, I know what I want. So I'll say I want sneakers. I'll walk in and I'll be like, hi, excuse me. As soon as you get a chance, I know exactly what I need. I need these in a size 8, these in a size 8.5, 9, blah, blah, blah. And no, I don't need to try them on. You can bring them up, ring them up, and I'll be right out the way. And most people will be like, oh, you're a fast one. Cool. They'll go get it. I walk up, swipe, and I walk right back out. That's probably the easiest part.
Getting the gifts, or at least
I can't wrap it. That's the most stressful part of this whole ordeal because I can wrap gifts, but I can't wrap gifts. I always get excited. I'm like, oh, I'm almost there. And all I hear is rip, and I'm like,
oh,
and
that's
I
hard
look and I'm
work.
like, I'm just gonna tape it. And then I just go upstairs and like, they always be like, Jack, you wrap this yourself. I tried, guys. I really tried. I just got excited because I was almost at the end and it just ripped.
So audience, if you have any tips for Jackie and I when it comes to gift wrapping, please drop them in the comments outside of going to Gibbons or wherever does the gift wrapping for you. Do you have any tips? Because it seems like Jackie wants to be a part of this process. She just needs to get the technique down. And so once she gets the technique, I think she'll do well. So it looks like you and Janae are kindred spirits. She says, Jackie, we are the same. Too early and I would spoil the surprise. I can't hold back and feel like that.
I got really excited.
She also goes on to say, or earlier she said, yes, same as Jackie. I know my people like. Also leading up, she can find out what those close to you actually need. She's a thoughtful person, so it's easy. And so tips for those of us that feel like we're not thoughtful, because I do find that kind of leads to stress for people as well, right? When you want to, you know, put a lot of thought and meaning behind the gift, but you're struggling to figure out, you know, what's the best gift.
Believe it or not, as anticlimactic as it is, money is never a bad gift, guys. Like, if you sit there and somebody's just like, so I couldn't get you a gift because, like, you know, life happens, but I thought of you and I was just like, you know what better gift than the gift of money? And you can do whatever you want with it. You can pay your Belco bill. You can go get your hair done. You can just go for drinks or lunch or just save it for a rainy day, but it's yours to do with it as you please. And you can get a nice card and you can write some thoughtful words in it. Also, books are never a bad thing if you know your person's a reader. Like if you know, like in my family, I can buy every single person in my family a book. And everybody will be like, oh, I didn't read.
Jackie's the family of bookworms.
It is. We all, well, at least all the girls, like my dad reads, but he's more so the news. So I could just get him like a subscription to CNN and he'd be in his glory. He'd be like, oh, what's happening today? Depression, that's what's happening. Dark stuff, Dad.
dark outside. So I want to come to some tips for you, Jackie, when it comes to the gift wrapping. Ooh. So Nicholas says, tip, get a gift bag.
I feel like that's not as exciting. Okay, so this is what I actually wanted to do.
Says brown paper bag and duct tape.
So I feel like Instagram, or the phones listen to us. So Instagram keeps sending me these little things where this girl is actually wrapping her presents in what looks like brown paper bag, and I love it because then she'll get like pieces of trees, like she'll get thyme or rosemary and stuff like that, and she'll decorate the outside with it, and it's simple, but it's still beautiful at the same time. So I think I might do that. I like that.
Okay, just not the duct tape, because I feel like the duct tape.
No, not the duct tape.
Like we're not, or the silver one. Like we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So it looks like you and Janae are a little bit divided on this one. She says wrapping is the best part. She's like Sandra's little helper. She'll wrap all the presents for her mama and Nana, including the gifts they bought for me. Sis,
I love it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. I try. Sometimes I do really well, but you know what I think it is? Sometimes I get excited and I'm like, oh my God, this wrapping paper is so pretty. And I grab it and then I get him and it's like too thin. I need that industrial wrapping paper, because that good stuff back in the day where you couldn't actually get it to float and stay, that stuff was good.
So yeah, brown paper bag would definitely be right up your alley for that in that particular case. So I want to transition to top tip number 2 from the article we saw by the Mayo Clinic. And this is actually one that I enjoy, or that most of you would know that I enjoy. Tip number 2, stick to a budget. How many of us, raise your hands in the audience, have blown a budget because you found so many different gifts for so many different people, or even yourself, and the budget was blown and you say you'll start again in January? How many of you have done that? Jackie and I will definitely be honest, I have definitely blown a budget. Just off of the generosity, wanting to be able to give as much as you can, but sticking to a budget is definitely a pro tip. Do you have a budget? Did you have a budget this year, Jack? Because I know you say you were trying to, get better with your money management. Did you create a budget for yourself, or are you like?
I did, and I said no more than $75 per person. But then I found this wicked thing for my mama, and it's she deserves it. She's my mama. She has to put up with me and my siblings. Like, yo, mom, my mama deserves it,
Have you ever done so, because you have siblings, whereas I don't? Well, from on my mama's side, I don't. Like for my dad, I do. Have you ever split gifts, like where you guys will put in together for a gift so that it helps with the whole budget situation?
Absolutely. So we'll I remember one year Crystal was just like, oh, we should get mom this and dad that. I was like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. Here's my cut. And I actually was walking through town and I was just like, oh, my mom would like this.
So you blew.
Bob would like this. Dave would like this. And I came and I was just like, so guys, and they're just like, you just can't help it. I was just like, but they deserve it. They work all day, every day. Like, they deserve it. That's the hard part. When you know the person deserves it, that's where I blow my budget.
Got you.
If which is a regular gift exchange, I'll stick to the budget. But if it's like my parents, I never stick to the budget with my parents.
So the parents are outside of the budget. So they have like a separate budget. They have like
unlimited
base. There's a base, and then there's whatever I decide.
Yeah.
So it looks like Janae says, budget, what's that? Christmas is too exciting to stay within the limits. I definitely can agree. I can feel that. I understand why people do find it a little bit difficult around the holidays to keep.
I've secretly given gifts. I've secretly given gifts on the other side. Like, so I know we're supposed to stick to our budget, but I got you this as well. It's nothing much. It's just a gift certificate to get your hair done. And your nails done, and to go to a restaurant. Here's a bottle of wine.
Like the bottle of wine was the gift within the budget, and then all the other things came outside on the side.
I can't help it.
I love it. And so speaking of sibling splitting, Nicholas says he and his siblings do that sometimes, where they will all put in for a parent's gift, which I think it makes sense, especially if you are trying to be a little better with your money management around the holidays and you do have siblings, or even if you don't have siblings, maybe you have family members that you might want to work towards getting gifts together for your group of family or someone in your family, like a matriarch or patriarch, I think that's a really good idea. And so I wanted to come back to this comment when you mentioned money being a gift, a good gift. So Nicholas says, yeah, money is always a good gift, but if you just give money, does it look like you didn't put any thought into what to get for them? Like, I'd at least get a gift card to somewhere they like. I think it's a good idea. Have you done that, Jack? Well, you mentioned that. You said you would get like the gift certificate to like get your nails done, get your hair done. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I do.
So Jackie is definitely the better person when it comes to these tips, yo. I definitely am just like sticking in your budget. That's it. That's the only one I got.
That's not fun. No, I like to do stuff like cute, like fun chocolates as well. But our issue is we forget sometimes. We put the fireplace on and then we're like, oh, the chocolate is definitely melted.
Oh, you put the chocolate on top of the
so we have a fireplace, and then of course we have the stockings.
Right, I just thought about
and then we do stocking stuffers. Like everybody puts a little something in the stocking.
So you got chocolate in your stocking stuffers above the fireplace, so it's a chocolate stocking stuffer.
We'll be like, oh yeah, let's light the fireplace, and then we're like, oh, we're gonna make these stockings, and then we'll do that. We're like, it's probably too late because like it doesn't take that long for chocolate to melt. They're like this big.
So chocolate stuffing stuffers, we get it. Totally get it. So I actually wanted to ask this question of the audience. Some of us started to share this. Top tips for avoiding stress during the holidays. And I see that we have a comment from Janae. So as you're letting us know your top tips, please be sure to drop them in the comments. Janae says, but sometimes people will prefer money to pick out what they want to use it, what they want, or use it for something they need. And I think it definitely, I think it kind of talks about what you were sharing earlier, Jack, about like knowing the person and knowing what they like. Because some people do like gift certificates. Like me, get me a gift certificate to a spa. I love you for life. But like in other cases, maybe the person, like you said, wants to put money down on their Balco bill or towards a savings goal. And so maybe the money will help them in that case. So I guess knowing the person is probably the best tip, right? And making sure you know, or even asking the person like which would they prefer, cash or
I think it's very good to know who your person is, because some people, you know, if you say, hey, what do you want for Christmas? They're gonna be like, oh, nothing, I'm fine. No, for a while they got like an 18 million
item list
of items that they want, but that they'd feel awkward telling you what they want. That's where I'd give them money, or you try and pay attention to the little details of the life. Like I'm almost like the guy, Joe from You.
I don't know what You is.
We're doing this. You don't know what You is? The TV series on Netflix.
No, I mean I've seen the meme where the girl kept saying like,
okay, because I was like, oh, don't be that girl.
I knew that part. I just haven't seen the show You on Netflix.
So Joe is basically a stalker that goes further than he should. Like starts offing people, but he pays attention to all the little details that go on in your life. Like, oh, you need this, you need that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm semi there, and I'm like, oh, I'll look, I'm like, oh, that person, you know, my friend you need to get her hair done, or she needs a good day at let me give her a gift certificate to her favorite restaurant so that she has to go and use it. That, like, you know, to kind of push that self-care. So I'll do stuff like that depending on the person. But if I'm not too sure, then cashiers, and most times you know what they drink. So you can, not that we're pushing alcoholism, but, you know, something to help with the holidays. I realize a little tutty on the holidays.
An adult beverage within reason is definitely what I find a lot of folks tend to gift. So one time I got red wine. Like I was asked, which wine do I like, red or white? And so the person got red wine as the gift, which I was thoughtful because I wasn't buying red wine for myself.
Yeah, like I remember one of my clients bought a case. They asked me because I'm really the one that drinks out of everybody in the house. So it's like, so what does your dad drink? Well, red wine, Malbec. And he actually drinks Merlot more than Malbec. But
you learned that.
I got excited. He only drinks like one, like a taste,
like a half glass, something like that.
Yeah, maybe 1.5 glasses, but definitely half a glass of wine, and it takes the whole day. But so it's just me, and I would sit there, and that lasts me the whole year.
And that's a perfect Christmas gift too, right? When you think about it, it keeps on giving.
Yep.
So when it comes to the audience who shared their number one tip to avoid stress during the holidays. Nicholas Butterfield says to shop early and get that out of the way. Sherry Vanderpool also says to shop early. This is not tips that Jackie is going to take because she has already declared she will ruin the surprise for you. So she has to keep it within a specific time frame so that it's close enough to Christmas that it will make sense for her to hold the secret. Otherwise,
yeah, I don't know how people like do Christmas shopping. Like they take a trip to do Christmas shopping, because every trip that I go on, when I come back, I'm like, look what I got you guys. And I haven't even gotten my suitcase in the car yet. Like I'm opening up the suitcase right at the airport.
Oh, look, I want to show you. Look.
I got these trinkets for you guys from the airport.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's beautiful that you love to think about people in that way. Definitely for the person, they're probably like, man, can you just hold water? Just till Christmas? Just hold it until Christmas. So they're just like, probably just like.
They got another gift. They'll get another gift.
A better gift. And so speaking of those of us that would be hosting Christmas dinners for the holidays, Nicholas says, don't take everything on, split the meals between the family and attendees like a potluck style. I think that's probably the best way to avoid stress. It looks like Jackie's family doesn't do that. Y'all cook all the food?
It's me. No, we don't cook all the food. It's just, I don't know. No, we don't cook all the food. Everybody brings something. No, I'm trying to think. No, everything is homemade. I'm just trying to think. Like my aunt makes the desserts. Like I have different. Everybody has the stuff. So I was trying to think, and I was just like, do we? We do.
I was like, to be honest, most families would do potluck style because it's like traditionally that's what we do. I feel like the only time we ever do catered food is when it's like an event, like a wedding or a graduation or like.
We very seldomly cater. We usually cook everything. Like even when we have our luncheons and stuff, my mom and my sisters and I will cook stuff. Yeah, everybody has. I was really trying to think. I'm like, I think everybody has something that's supposed to bring. But we make the lamb, the ham, and the turkey. I make the macaroni, peas and rice. Like everybody has their little corner.
Well, that's cool because I feel like if like Nicholas said, like you don't want to take all of that stress on as a family if y'all are doing all of the things and you got guests coming over and they're kind of just like, I wouldn't say freeloading, but they're just like coming to enjoy the spirit and the food on their own. And so that actually ties nicely with our final tip, which is to learn to say no when and where you can. Do not take everything on. Jackie looks like she struggles with that, but it's okay. It's okay.
I'm still learning. Like 2021's not over yet. I do say no a lot more. I actually say no before you finish the sentence. They're like, Jack, I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay, wait, what? Probably still no.
It's probably still a no. And so I want to come to this final comment from Jason Shirley as we wrap up. He says, you can never go wrong with distilled Christmas spirits. So in the event that you're not sure what to get your person and you do know what their drink of choice is or something that they would enjoy, as we mentioned, a bottle of wine might go over really nicely. All else fails, like Jackie mentioned, cash or a gift certificate. I feel like those are thoughtful gifts as well. They don't have to be as thoughtful, as extravagantly as you would like them to be, but I feel like they are decent enough. Looking at the time, Jack, I think it's time for our final commercial break, and then we'll be back for trivia time with Terri. If you want to test your knowledge against Jackie, I've been able to like keep her humbled when it comes to these trivia questions, so you might stand a chance against beating her. So make sure you stick around for that. Jackie and I'll be right back.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio, home of Bermuda's most engaging morning talk shows, The Daily Hour and Good Day Bermuda. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices. BCG Radio, your station for conversations and entertainment.
Welcome back to Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pizza House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terri Tuku alongside Jackie Lambert. And if you're just joining us, earlier today we talked about self-defense classes, and we're going to share the viral video that has gone viral. Online on our social media channels. So make sure if you're not already following us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook that you do so. We shared our top tips to avoid stress during the holidays, and we will also be sharing with you the article where we got those tips from. And if you are just joining us and catch the replay, because the audience shared a bunch of their tips as well that will help you get through the holidays. But right now, we're going to start our feel good vibe of the day, which is trivia time with me, Terry. I'm going to test Jacky's knowledge against you, the audience. All you have to do is try to guess the answer before Jacky. And I'll pull up the email address that you need to email when you do win against Jacky, because I feel like you got a good chance of winning against Jacky. I ain't going to lie. Like, I try to make it easy for Jacky, but I also try to make it easy for the audience. So, Jack, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, this one I feel like it's going to be decent. Clear my throat. What giant Ferris wheel was opened in London in 2000?
Pardon?
What giant Ferris wheel was opened in London in the year 2000? What's the name of the giant Ferris wheel?
Merry-go-round.
Ma'am, what? That's a game.
I'm ready, yes. I have no idea. Can you let us know? Let the audience know.
Audience, I'm gonna give the audience. No one else has. Oh, nope. It looks like we got Janae and Karen. The London Eye. Janae wasn't sure, but Janae, you were right. It's the London Eye. It opened.
Did they live in London? They've lived in London.
It don't matter where they live. Stop that. Stop trying to take away their win. It's disrespectful trying to take people to this win.
I'm not taking them away. I'm just saying they will be more knowledgeable.
Moving swiftly along, because Jack is just throwing shade first thing in the morning. In 2008, who was arrested on charges of running the largest Ponzi scheme in history? You should get that. Everyone should know that.
Really?
In 2008, who was
Donald
arrested?
Trump.
I don't even think Donald Trump been arrested, to be honest.
I thought, he just claimed bankruptcy.
Exactly. And no, Jack, Karen Simmons got it before you. Bernie Madoff. I'm surprised you didn't know. Like, Bernie, everyone knows about the largest Ponzi scheme in the world.
Oh, I feel like... Where's my hoodie? Where's my hoodie?
Yeah, okay. If you don't get this last one right, I'm definitely going to look at you with a side. Last one. Okay. Who played Jimmy Brooks on the TV series Degrassi: The Next Generation?
Drake.
Finally, because I was like, if you didn't right,
I needed to have my hoodie on.
The hoodie gave you powers. The hoodie gave you superpowers.
You know, I almost didn't get that right. I was like, Degrassi.
Drake.
It's the only person I would have called.
I was like, if she didn't get this right, I was gonna be definitely.
I'm applying for a new co-host, please. This one is inefficient.
I am doing really well, Jack. I mean, even the audience got this one. Although Sherry spelled it wrong, she did get Drake as well. So
Trigger.
On that note, as always, Jack and I hope that today's Feel Good Vibe of the day has you ready to make it a great one. Thank you so much for watching and engaging with this episode of Good Day Bermuda, supported by Pete's House and Aliana's Restaurant. I'm Terry Tuku alongside Jacky Lambert, and we trust we'll see you tomorrow for more Feel Good conversations. Until the next episode, peace and have a good day, Bermuda.